What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I've got another project in the garage. Look behind me here. It's a 1959 GMC pickup truck. It's awesome. Let me get you a little closer so you guys can see it. Here it is, guys. Look at this thing. It looks awesome just sitting there with nothing else on it but the cab. So this is a 59 GMC truck. The customer brought it to me. He's already got this aftermarket chassis set up. Just look at the rear end and like the coilovers. This thing is awesome. Can't wait to get it done. It's gonna look killer, but there's a lot of work to be done before it gets to that point. As you can see here, somebody's had their way with it already. So it's got some previous body modifications, previous repairs that weren't done correctly. Like, look at that patch on the cab corner there. They just took a patch and just overlaid it. They didn't even butt weld it. They just put it over and overlaid it and tack welded it. So this is all gonna have to get cut out, fixed properly. The roof skin is horrible, very bad. So I'm gonna have to put a new roof skin on it. The hood needs a lot of work too. It's got some dents. I'm gonna do something cool. I'm gonna do like some heat extractor vents on the side of the hood. So a lot of this metal's gonna get cut out, but this is gonna need a lot of work. Here's some more bad welding that needs to get repaired. Need a lot of work. So I spent a lot of time yesterday. Got the doors where they lined up the best I could get them with the hinges. So now any fitment issues that I come across are just, I'm either gonna have to add metal or take metal away, but I'll show you guys that whole process. This body line is not very good either, so that's gotta get fixed. But so yeah, just follow along on this build. You guys might learn something. You'll get to see something cool. And I do apologize for my followers that were watching the Mustang videos. That project is now on hold. I gotta get this puppy done so we can get it on the road. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to remove this epoxy from the metal already so I can fix these pinholes and stuff. Kind of looks like bird poop. So we gotta grind that paint out of there, and then we're gonna do some welding. For the welding, all I got here is just a little Lincoln Pro MIG 140. When you're working on sheet metal, that's really all you need. And make sure you run solid wire with the shielding gas. You don't want to do flux core on this type of stuff. So let me get set up and we'll start removing that paint. Alright, I already got two of these holes welded up here. I'll start working on the top. I'll set you guys up so you can watch me fill one of these in. All I'm doing is it's just a bunch of real short tacks, like 2 or 3, maybe 4, and then jump to another spot while this one cools off. You don't want to put a lot of heat in one area because otherwise you're going to have a warped up mess. So. Alright, this is about 3 rounds of welding, then going back, taking a flapper wheel, flapping it down. There's still a couple more spots I gotta get to. Those aren't pinholes, those are just low spots. Those are pretty good there. But like in there a little bit. This one's got a pinhole there. So you might have to do a couple rounds, you know. Weld up some holes, flap it down, see what you got, weld a little more. And like I said, you want to jump around on the panel. You don't want to put all your heat in one spot because you're going to warp it. So I'm going to keep going at this and I'll come back when I got it all looking good. All right, got it pretty well good here. Got most everything sealed up. I got these up here sealed up. They must have had a mirror or something bolted up here. But got all the pinholes sealed up. And I put a little bit too much heat right here, so I warped it. So I'm gonna get the stud welder out, weld a couple studs here, get a slide hammer, see if I can pull that out, no big deal. My door gap's still pretty good. Maybe just the door's a little bit out, so I might have to dolly that down too. But I'll get some studs on here and we'll pull those out real quick. Slide the slide hammer on. Everything kind of pulled, and it pulled the door skin back a little bit from the door. So you can see right there how the door is kind of popped out. That's because everything shrunk and pulled it back. So I'm just gonna take a body hammer right now and tap this down right along the edge so I can get that door to be flush again with the corner of the cab. I think I about got it there. Let's see what it looks like. There's the cab, here's the door. It's looking good. So the rest of the imperfections, I'll put some filler in there, prime it, and block it so it'll be nice and straight. But I've got all the holes filled in on the door, all the pinholes filled in, welds are ground down. I still got this one spot down here at the bottom of the door I gotta address here. New cab corners, I'll cut these out. I don't know who did this, but cut those out. We'll do the patch panels, we'll go higher up. We'll have to cut all this metal out and start over. All right, now I'm working on the door gap. So I went down the side of the door with a flapper wheel, cleaned off some of the paint, and I kind of marked on the door where I need to add material. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the MIG gun and putting a series of small tacks right here on my marks because I need to build this portion out. So after I get the tacks, I'll grind them down a little bit, I'll close the door, see how the gap is, and I'll just keep working my way. The bottom of the door seems pretty good right now. It's when you get into this body line, it starts getting a little funky. So I already took some material away right here. Now I need to add some here. I'm gonna keep working on it. All right, guys, it's been about 12 hours. It's the following day. I'll show you what I got. So I've got this door gap finished, got it all welded up, all the way up the side of the door. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more metal right there where this little trim piece is. But got a little bit to do right there. Need to grind that down. But let me grab a scale and I'll show you exactly about how much metal I added right there. All right, I'll show you about, I think it's about 1/8 inch is what I put on there. So let's see. Yeah, it's a little, yeah, about 1/8 inch of extra metal, all weld. So some of this I was able to grind smooth, but I don't want to like taper back the door. So a lot of these right here will get filler, primer to fill that in. But yeah, it's coming along. Gap's nice and even. So what I use for that is a So you can see right here, all it is just a series of tacks, just a bunch of little tacks all the way around the door. And then I would take the die grinder with the flapper wheel, knock it down, get most of the extra metal off. And then after that, I hit it with some files, go along the side of the door like this, back and forth, file it down, make sure you got it straight. Then after you hit it with the file, I took a DA with 80 grit. So once you got your DA with the 80 grit on there, you just take it and just kind of roll it back and forth and work your way up. And that's how you get that nice beveled edge on there. You don't want to just hold it flat because then you're just going to have a square edge. You want to try to match the factory radius when they put the door skin on. So the door skin's peeled around, it's wrapped around the corner there and it's spot welded. So to get that factory looking edge, you just take that DA and just kind of roll it back and forth, work your way up. And that's it. That's like 12, 16 hours worth of work right there to get that right. So I'm gonna finish this front edge of the fender, get that all smoothed out. All right, here's the finished product here. Got this all good there, nice and even. All the way down. Looks really good. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.